Hello. You guys hear me? Making sure the mic's working. I'll be camera and screen over in just a moment. Hello, hello. Looks like my mic's coming through fine. Boing, boing, boing. All right. Go up a little bit more. Nope, that's fine. Let's figure out this. Not a big fan of the way Streamlabs seems to. Way easy. Hello, world. I don't know if I have all of this stuff configured. If you guys can tune in and tell me where you're watching from and if you can hear me. I'm streaming to Twitch, X, and to YouTube. Looks like I'm showing up. I'm going to click on it. Testing. I'm not hearing any audio. Oh, there we go. Wow, that's many seconds behind. All right. Hey, hi. How you doing? Multi-stream chat, that looks fine. This is a lot more pain in the butt to integrate everything than I thought it would be. All right, well, in the meantime, I have if I can set the screen up so I can see everything. I am SSH'd in from a virtual machine on my virtual machine stack, RDP'd into Kali, then SSHing back to my desktop so you guys can get a really clear picture of all of this. So, and what am I trying to do out of that? I just realized that didn't entirely off. There you go. Oh, that looks good. Okay, I see it now. That's fine. Yeah. I'm streaming from my upstairs platform, my office. I do have a whole stream room in the basement. I was using it as storage. It has now been emptied from storage. Here in the next couple weeks, I should be able to move some of the equipment back down there, where I'll have better lights, a green screen, more space, cool, non-existent backgrounds, just a big floating face. So, like I was saying, so I am RDP'd into a, so ironically enough, I did have a lot of my hardware downstairs. It is now, some of it's back upstairs, some of it's still downstairs in the stream room, so I'll have hardware in either room. So I'm coming from a Proxmox server to that's the Kali window that you guys are seeing. It's no longer local. I figured I prefer my machines that way, so I'm RDP'd into that. Then we're SSH'd into this little thing. This is the, I don't know if it's on the camera or not, because I actually can't see that part. If I do this, oh, this is the PineTab 2 ARM version. They do have a RISC version if you're in a RISC architecture. I got the ARM version. It is a 8 gigabytes of RAM, quad core tablet. It's what you would expect from a Raspberry Pi style tablet. It's Got a, I don't know if you, backlit keyboard. Presses in pretty well. Construction's actually pretty nice. Volume, USB-C for outgoing, headphone jack, TF slot, SD card slot, and then power for that. I think they retail for between $199 and $240. Let's see. Hey, what's up, TJ Sec? You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm hoping that you know, frankly, it's WGU that kind of yeah, I got a little cold afterwards. But it's I still wanted to stream today because I feel project. I feel like what you guys got out of that, the amount of positive feedback I got to my email inbox, to my LinkedIn inbox, to my Twitter DMs, like it really made me happy. It you know, it didn't just help you guys. I'll just say that it seemed to come and help me, if that makes sense. Blow my nose 1 second. I have to remember, for some reason, you guys are on almost a 10-second delay. So, be aware of that. I don't know why. The multi-stream is working. Everybody's commenting from Twitch. And I guess X is out there. I see it on my phone, but unfortunately I can't, like, reply to my own thing. It says I have 30 people watching on Twitter. Fantastic. Thanks, Twitter. I don't know what that means, but hello out there. I'm trying to, like, manage this with multiple screens, and eventually the tablet, that's what its job will be, is when I'm streaming, to be an accessible stream deck instead of just having random buttons. I'll be able to have kind of large print, seeing what's going on from that perspective. All right. So the reason we're tapping into that is I did some really cool, fun stuff. Let's see if since I'm SSH'd in, we might as well open it up. It's Docker PS, RPM. I have the one container Windows. So, what's going on is I am running an ARM tablet, PineTap 2, already said that, that has a a Docker container with Windows on it. Now, if I do IP know the IP address, 192.168.1 WLAN 0181. But so if we 3389, so copy our desktop. That one. All right, so it should just be our desktop and right, our desktop IP address. All right. There it is. So, the crazy inception we have going on here is I'm streaming from this Blind Hacker rig, sharing a screen from a Kali Linux Proxmox while SSH'd into an ARM laptop or ARM tablet, laptop tablet. Almost what's the difference these days? That is also then running Windows ARM inside of it. All right, so the session crashed, but that's fine. It opened and closed. So the wild capability here is I'm going to try. There's some more directions here that in the Docker file, we should be able to increase the hardware specs. So if we go to Docker, Windows, ARM, that by Docker, yeah, boom. We need to go deeper. I don't know, man. I feel we're pretty involved as is. Maybe we can get inside of the Docker ARM and see if we can put a virtualization and then, Docker inside of that virtualization. So the cool thing is, like I said, so we have a lot of capability here. So again, so what it does, what the ARM container does, is it's not actually standard Docker ARM, right? For Windows, there's no Docker for Windows, more or less. There's no Docker image for Windows. So what's actually happening is it's emulating a Windows virtual machine through KVM. So as we see here, there is KVM inside of the Docker container that's downloading an ISO, and then I've already installed that said ISO onto the Docker image that created the more or less, I kind of goofed it up in one of my installs, but it created a persistent level style install. So literally we're going from Docker to KVM to Windows inside of it. So it's not the most effective use of code. But the benefit is if you're someone out there who has a massive ARM machine and you need to run Windows, you can run Windows without having to install the OS. You can put in a Docker container from Docker, and then download the ISO image. I went with Windows 10, even though it says this has actually been updated since the last time I was here. Let's see if they fixed the thing that. So here's the compose YAML file. So we do have. They opened up. No, those are the ports that I have. But so where I was having issues is under environment. I had to go back to Win 10. And supposedly, yeah, so you can choose Win 10, Win 11. Oh, they changed it. Yeah, they used to be able to pull down a couple more, but oh no, that's right. The other full x64 version for Windows ARM, there's only these versions. Yeah, go to there. How do I use RDP? Literally just RDP to it. So here's what it is. By default, 2 CPUs, but I was only getting 1. And 4 gigabytes of RAM are allocated. So that was not the experience I was having. So if we try to our desktopy again. Okay, let's get in. Again, it's very slow, so if we can remember the password we set. I cannot. My caps lock? No. Well, that's fine. We can tear it down and we can go through the build process together. Back to this. Let's actually check chat real quick. Let's see. Okay. Document. So if I go, where did I store it? LS. Yeah, I think it was Windows ARM. LS. Cat. Docker compose. YAML. All right, so that's what I need to delete that bottom row. So we're going to nano because nano is the most superior editor called Docker Compose. Yeah. Friends don't let friends use Vim. So this is actually constraining it. I don't think I need to deploy. Did we go read the original file? Always do that. Once you have created the network. Okay, so this was where they were talking about if you wanted to have it obtain its own IPv4 address. That way that Windows device would, by the way, be literal virtual machine gaining an address off your network. So instead of it looking like a Linux tablet or Windows device, you can have it actually identify itself on the network as that totally separate device. So let's see. Where do we want to edit here? Docker Network Remote. I don't want to do any of that. Yeah, they've updated some of this. DHCP. So if you want it to be DHCP, yes. Environment. So it literally goes under environment above devices is where these should go. But I need to copy the original YAML file here. So we're gonna, but I gotta change it to Win 10 because I was having Windows 11. Maybe that's been resolved. We can always just fix that. Like, wrong thing. I am used to my work workload, so I keep trying to go to my work machine. And you guys can't. Game window. Device. AVM and NetAdmin ports. Well, actually, what I'd rather do. Let's MV Docker compose. Docker. Oh. Back. And edit. Then find the environment. And according to our usage here, change to Win 10. Grab that, put it right under the environment variable. Oh. we have quotes. Everything was fine. RAM size, CPU underscores, version Win10. Not mounting anything else. We're going to do that. Then we're going to stop. Docker container. Check chat. Not so great at that anymore. I appreciate you, TJ, for chatting. You're the only one really chatting. Let's see. Control XY. We did that. Sudo nano. And then, so then, have instructions. Yeah, if you want a custom version, by the way, you can download your own version. How to get the DHCP or IPv4? How can Windows acquire an IP address from inside the KVM? How do I pass through a disk? So I did try to mount some of the devices. The issue is this tablet is only, in fact, I don't have an SD card in it, so it's 32 gigabyte, and it already has Arch Linux on it. Not too happy about that, but it's the only currently supported, fully supported Linux for this this tablet here. Device USB host, how to mount that. How to verify my notes. Project leak of stars over the last couple of months. Disclaimer. What we're gonna do is go look at my notes real quick and make sure I haven't already done all of this. There we go. Caps lock was on. Docker stop. Yes. Been eyeballing one of those tablets since I mentioned in the Discord. Dude, I'd really love to get it to the point where if I can use at least the 4 CPUs and get they changed the image. I'm actually, when did some of this change? Because I'm super curious. I keep doing that, guys. Close. It days ago for a source, that YAML file. 3 days ago. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We're actually gonna re-get this GitHub. Or yes. We are going to see dot. Oh, did it stop? Docker pit. Yes, we are stopped currently. So, Docker purge. Not a command. It'll be fine. We are going to go ls mv Windows ARM and back. I went back and it was paste. I swear to God, y'all, I'd be way ahead if I learned how to type. ls. Now we have Windows ARMS. ls. At docker. At docker. All right. Nano. You know what? I'm going to leave it Windows 11 this time, but we are going to try to grab that upgraded hardware. Check that. Yeah, like, I think the super neat thing is if I can do this right on the go, if I can place like our desktop full screen on one of the media desktops and to just do a 3-finger swipe like the Mac and other Linux users do on this little thing, and then it like simultaneously looks like Windows and Linux, I think, dude, like to me, that's like definitely cool points. I mean, being visually impaired, the 10-inch screen is kind of awful. I got to get a little close to it when using it, or blow up the font. But you know, I'm getting used to it. I can almost like, I'm really training my brain to kind of know where things are. You know, using Arch, like legitimately using Arch for the first time, like being forced to rather for this. I don't know, man. I still remember like things like Gentoo where like, oh well, Arch is the best because you have to do all this shit. I was like, bruh, Gentoo you had to compile the original Gentoos and some of the other Linuxes. You have to compile from kernel, then user space, then actual like each ring slowly one at a time from awful things. And I was doing this, I remember back on like Pentium level systems, and it was just so slow. Again, this is high school for me, which was getting to be a long time ago, to say. 24 years ago. And yeah, 25 years ago. Man. But so like with that, like I remember just like the struggle of just wanting to like just finish compiling so I can use my computer again, and it was a real feeling. So the fact that all these folks now like to, oh, I use Arch, I gotta build it from scratch. Man, I just don't have the time, my dudes. I don't know how BSD Bandit Charles does it. Like every time I see him, he's all deep in that sec BSD, and I'm just like, bro, I can't. Like, I don't have the literal patience, time, or wherewithal to deal with building all of that from scratch and start. So, gave up on Black Arch install about a year ago for that exact. It's just too much, man. It's too rich. You know, I remember building Slackware from scratch from a weird GUI portal that I got. You pop in your thumb drive, you get up to this GUI portal, you start telling it what kind of architecture, 6432, and back then like it would bring down the things, and oh, I remember all of that, and I don't know, I just want something that works. And yet here I am trying to run Windows ARM 64 on a embedded CPU. Yeah, I get it. Is anybody watching on X? Can somebody say hello if you guys are coming from Twitter, X? I don't see anything coming through, but somebody please just say hello. Hi, how you doing? Unless it's literally 30 bots. And I don't have the YouTube up, so if you're watching from YouTube on the multi-stream, hey, hi, how you doing? Say hello. The other chats shouldn't be able to see you. I can throw it up on the screen, but I get distracted by things like that sometimes. Anyway, let's see. What are we going to pull from here? So we're going to just rerun this command. We've got it on there. Docker run, da-da-da, da-da-da. Oop. Oh, that's right. What we wanted to put in. Oh, let me check how his environment is. Double tabbed over, so there's first tab, second tab, so we need to get it over. Yeah, 6. That makes sense. Oh boy, this transition from music is exciting. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll copy and paste them. I have on here. How are we compiling it now if you're not running? I am live on checks. You are live. Thank you, TJ. I just don't see if people are texting or trying to chat and it's just not coming through. I would need to Docker compose that. So, as I... Oh, they got a video? Oh, that's... I don't know that I have a codec. And of course I closed it. So the Windows 4-bit version. see, with the Windows 64 or the x86 version, x64-bit version, you can get a lot more windows. And I don't know what Tiny Core is, and a Tiny 11 and Tiny 10, but there you guys go if you want to see some cool other hacking stuff, like if you got a need for that kind of stuff. I'm wondering how well these would play into putting them into a CTF. First testing. Hey, what is this? Iron Beat, you finally show up. I'm like 48 minutes into streaming, about to hang it up because, you know, I don't know what I'm doing anymore, and then you finally show up. Gosh, I thought we were friends. So I am using I'm on my machine, RDP'd into a Kali Linux install from my Proxmox server, reconnected to this Pine Tab 2, trying to get Windows ARM running in a Docker container. Hopefully I explained that right. And I don't know how long the lag is behind to see that you've commented. And oh yeah, now it's not scrolling. No worries, bro. I forgot that you're over a time share, time placey, zony thingy. That way, you are. Yeah, you're that way. But now you know the orientation of my house. If my camera's right, you're that way. What's up, dude? I live in the past. That's right. You're right. I could have gone live a little bit later. I just wanted this to be a quick like test for streaming to X, YouTube, and Twitch. For those of you on Twitch, if you have your Twitch Prime, don't forget to hit subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Medical bills are stacking up, kids. I need to stop getting sick. Good news is the reason I am getting sick, for those of you that are curious, I'm getting immunotherapy. I was specific antibody. I had potentially given myself specific antibody disorder, meaning that I couldn't create antibodies specifically against pneumonia. Well, the weird thing is though I had one COVID shot ever. I know, but I was afraid of it. And then I caught COVID. Well, I also did the what do you call it? The J&J. So you only initially needed one, and then they came out with the booster. Then I got COVID, went to go get the booster, and they said you might as well not because you just had COVID. I said okay. And then I haven't had anything else since then. But my body, even though I can't make antibodies towards regular pneumonia, the stuff everybody else has antibodies for, I'm able to make them for COVID still over a year and a half later of not having it. They don't know why. So they gave me somebody else's IgG cells, blood transfusion. They pulled out all the IgG cells, immunoglobulin globulins. They gave me their cells. So the issue is it weakened me a little bit further. But now that and then I got a cold 2 weeks ago, and then I caught a flu a few days after that. But like I feel really good, actually. Weirdly, as weird as it is, like I know this is a really long story to explain why I'm sick, but the good news is the IgG cells, as of a blood test, when did we do it? We did it back in November. Beginning of January, the blood test showed I now have very low immunity to it. The one at the end of February said I have a slightly higher low immunity to pneumonia and all those things that I didn't even have an immunity to at all before. So I might just have to get bi-yearly or however long they last. So essentially, we just got to keep testing me and say, hey, do you have immunity to this? No. Guess what? Infusion time. Do you have immunity to it? Yes. Continue life as normal. Hopefully that made sense. That was kind of unnecessary. I'm sorry. I appreciate that, TJ. I do see that has subscribed. Thank you so much, friends. Yeah, you know, the alert box didn't pop up. I need to go through and fix this whole Twitch and YouTube integration, and X doesn't have those things. But yeah, I'll get around to figuring all this new stuff out. All right, so back to the actual point of this whole thing. So we are going to my notes today. That is not the right notes. What am I? All right, we've got it re-downloaded. Let's double check it. Actually, I don't have a GUID. We are. Unless we are in Windows. We are in Windows ARM. Have a Docker file, compose, source, stats, Docker file, Docker DOCKE, Docker up. And what? Oops. Oh, that was me loading the Wi-Fi drivers. But oh boy, if I had $1 for every time I typoed. I'd have $2 now. Come see them. Oh my gosh. There we go. Now we're pulling down the Windows file through that, supporting through GitHub, Docker, Windows, ARM, booting Windows ISO, and then if we go to during setup, I think it wants us to go to the 8006 address. What is it off the top of my head? I can't. Oh. I think it was 181. Yeah. This is why I went with Windows 10, I think. The exact issue I kept having. Okay, so if we nano docker compose YAML, hey, Bones, please. Hey, hey, friend. All right, let's see if we can troubleshoot this with. I didn't do this thing. That's not the error we're getting, though. We're getting just. They're straight up getting error forcefully terminating Windows. Alright, let's do a Docker yes again. So, Pones, if you're still here, what I'm trying to do is I have a Linux Pine tablet, Pine Tab 2, the ARM version. They do have a RISC version. I am trying to get Windows to boot onto it from a Docker KVM virtual machine. And I don't know why. Let's go read that Docker. Let's go read that again. What's up, Joe? Suppose. Image Docker Windows. Playing from Windows. Double check that there's something in there. And go ahead and that out. That out. Start on failure. Try it again without my addition. Might not even. Oh, hey! We have Docker inside of our tablet, which we had a couple hours ago. I just forgot the password, so pays to, think smart. Not a couple hours ago. But I've had it for a couple days and then hadn't touched it, and then I wanted to get into this. So we are now on the tablet running ARM Arch, running Windows ARM inside of a Docker container that is KVM'd in with QEMU. That's how I say it. So how's everyone else doing? All right. Well, let's see. Not as slow. Maybe they tuned it with the new image a little bit better. I'm curious if that old container just not good. I say that in opening the task manager starts peeking it. All right, so we got 4 gig of RAM, but I think we only have. Oh no, we have 2 processors. Okay. How can I view both processors, right? Oh, there was a way to do that, right? Yeah. Again, this is a, you know, the crazy thing in this tablet is a. I wonder if I could just straight up install Windows ARM on it. Now I have curiosity. um. Um. I thought they're. Yeah, we're just. Oh no, I want the full. Yeah. No. Yeah, 1.7 gigahertz, 4 gig of RAM. So we're peaking out at 1.9. Disk I/O is kind of high. Again, it's an eMMC chip inside of that. It's 32 gigabytes Solidity 1 Ethernet, which is it's whatever. It's no one. I've never benchmarked a system with Ethernet like that. I mean, certainly I could see something like Windows, but I don't know if they make it. So if you don't know about them, Ghost makes a Windows 10 version and Windows 11 version stripped down back to like bare metal. If you ever used Nlight or VLite back in the day, they make a version of Windows that you can download that is like super stripped down. So I'm wondering if they make it for ARM. I doubt it, right? Like, who does that? ARM is definitely it's that edge use case, especially for some Windows. Now we're starting to see better stuff, but yeah, okay. Okay, so now it definitely has 1 socket, 2 processors. Before, I swear, it did not have the 2 processors. I would like it to utilize this being a 4-core tablet. I need to have a new SSH window. Split Z, split. Do horizontal. SSH alarm at 192.168.1.181. Yeah, here we go. So H top, N top, and TOP. What is freaking installed in Arch by default? Top? There we go. I hate Arch. It's okay. Vermicores. Yes, it's been up for 16 days since I literally got it, turned it on. So there's the memory. So we got 7692. Pretty half swap. I usually like double swap, but again on a 32 gig CPUs, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why does it show me 6? Or are those? All right, I have to Google something. How many? To tell how many charge? Oh, LSCPU. Oh, okay, it's the same. Oh, don't exit that. Exit this. So it is an ARM model, 3264-bit. So I have 4. They're Cortex, okay. Threads per core 1, right? Because they're not Intel and AMD who try to hide threads as shit ass cores or E cores or C cores. Shouldn't say that. I actually like systems that do that because I like efficiency and low power. So we can max out at 1800. We can go min 400 megahertz. It's a good power saver. What about LSG? Nope. Or LS. Cannot find. Oh. Okay. You have 4 cores. So now we're definitely maxing out. I don't know what it is per core because I can't like tell it to show me graph to audio. There we go. Okay. So yeah, they're both pegging out pretty hard. Let's see if we can double the amount of cores we have. The whole point of my stream, practically. Alright. That top one should have shut down and returned to a terminal. It did. Whoa. Try. Going up, so environment. Nope. Oh, my request in having issues. Failed hardware. Actually, don't care about sizes. Whoa. Okay, I got a cursor, so it's loading. Let's see if we did it. I think it's loading. All right. Now that I'm back in, okay. Let's check this. A little faster? And from an initial flying around perspective, still very high max CPU. I seriously might have to like try to like slim this down. Hey, but there are 4 CPUs, guys. Oh, calm down. I'm sorry. I got too excited. It's okay. Tell me. I'm sorry. Scared the shit out of Mikado. He was like, "What's going on?" All right, so we got 4 CPUs. We have 4 gig of RAM. So we're only using about half that, but yeah, even adding double the CPUs, Microsoft's startup, man, like, you know, now this is going to be like a chore in like optimizing uh what am I looking for? It is custom nice desktop setting. Oh, it's gonna want me to. I forgot. It's gonna be like, oh, you need to, you know, do this thing called registering first. Like, bruh. Because this is still a licensed copy of Windows. App Windows. Uh, bar. How can. And I need to learn how to optimize Windows. Is, man, what I used to customize Windows Ultimate? Then. Result. But yeah, we got it running. I'm super happy. So we got the 4 cores. Now if I might have to like up it to 6 gig of RAM. No, I shouldn't have to do that, man. Where's like what the 1990 colors backgrounds? Like where's the like 90s? Ugh, they're all disabled, I think. Not activate. Performance, that should be under and just the appearance performance of those. There we go. Mellow. I'm on ARM, bruh. I'm literally running this right now from an ARM tablet, the Pine Tab 2. What you guys are seeing, this is running Arch right here, and what you're seeing is that Windows Docker install running on the inside of this tablet. So it is literally the ARM version of Windows. I have to close the tablet because I keep nudging it and I don't want to break anything. Here we go. Adjust for best performance. Yeah, or best performance. Yeah, we want performance. Yeah. We got this on the Po People system. a sub 200 or barely $200 tablet. And if I can disable the search feature, I feel like I'd go faster. Task manager set taskbar settings. Yeah, I will activate. I'm trying to even like just do stuff, my guy. Yeah, I don't know how long you've been here, Mello, but yeah, this is running off of a ARM, a Pine Tab 2 rock chip based tablet. So okay, cool. I bought a little bit more resources back, it looks like. We're sitting a little better, boys and girls, and everyone between. We're 22%, 4 cores. See, I don't think I need more memory. We're literally just 2.2 across the board. So it's all the micro BS's going on in the background for that. Jesus, my stream is my X stream is very far behind. 111 on the Pine the Pine Cell Next. Yeah, right. That, my friend, is not what I would do. I would contact Tully for that. I do have this. Woo! I almost didn't have this. This is the PinePhone Pro. I have the dip switch is already disabled. The cameras are disabled. So I can go through there and dip switch them back on. But I tried to buy, they have a LoRa and a wireless charger, since I literally have a wireless charger sitting on my desk. Tried to buy those two back plates, but like, hey, could you ship them together as one back plate? They were like, nah, dog. I'm like, but I don't want to break anything while trying to like merge them. And they were like, well, that's the point of these things. And I'm like, well, I don't want to break it. So, but yeah, so by HackSpaceCon, if anybody's doing HackSpaceCon, myself and a lot of Dead Pixel folks will be there. I'll have the tablet there. I will have the phone there. I don't know what I'm going to put on the phone though. I'm like, Kali NetHunter's cool and all, but it's just Kali NetHunter. I can install Linux and hacking tools to anything, as long as it's Debian based. So I can just put Ubuntu on here and oh yeah, look, it looks like an Ubuntu phone. Huh? Oh yeah, by the way, here's your Wi-Fi password or something. I don't know. Just thinking out loud. I need to start doing that project this weekend. So I might stream a little bit on Easter while the wife is at work and show me setting that up. But I would definitely need to be in the stream space because I would need. I guess I could just SSH into it. I guess I don't know. So yeah, we got Win 10 on here. I think it's running pretty good. Who wants to try Windows 11? Let's you know, if we're gonna go full nut job on this, let's go full nut job on this. SSH alarm at. All right, CD Windows ARM LS EP Docker Compose YAML. You're right, I didn't put anything in there. To slash home alarm when 11 slash Docker dash IMFY. Not great. Dir slash home, no, alarm 11. Hey, there we go. I got an alert. Thank you so much. Thanks for the follow. I don't know why it's not working for people who subscribe or throw bits or anything else, but appreciate it. Welcome to the club. All right, so let's see. Make dir, so then we ls, or then cp, that same cd slash alarm and 11 ls. Nano, the superior editor, Docker, Compose YAML, and then come down here, 11, and we got to call it a different name. Ooh, what did I put? Windows 11. To be able to, in theory, Docker Compose MCO MP up. Oh, I would need to remount the sockets. Yes. Good thing I have experience doing that recently. Yeah, Mello, it's happening. We're gonna get Windows 11 running. I made it port 8005, so grab this. If this works. Yeah. You know, I almost exclusively play in ARM areas. Like I said, I've got the PinePhone Pro, the tablet now. I have it's down there. I'm not gonna I got it. I had to take my pile of laptops off my desk to do some other work the other day. So I've got the um, Pine Book, original Pine Book, and I have the Pine Book Pro 16-inch series. You know, I've got so many Raspberry Pis, but I mean, you know, I still play a lot of x86 stuff. So, you know, I've got my Zima boards, the Zima blades. I'm hopefully getting the Zima Cube soon. I'm hoping. Again, I got the Proxmox server, but you know, now that Proxmox, I think people were saying they're getting like Proxmox and other stuff running on ARM. You know, ARM is fighting back. You know, if you haven't bought into their stock yet, I still might suggest it. I think you know, now that people are open sourcing their own GPUs with like FPGA and ARM CPUs and all kinds of weird stuff. You know, that makes me wonder, like, you know, I'm running this on a 64-bit Kali. We could just run a few of these commands and also just get Windows running off of that box. But let's focus on one thing at a time, because if it breaks, oh, you know, it's going to be less fun. Sorry, you're watching my download counter go up there, guys. But, you know, that's the part of doing some of this stuff live. You know, I really want to know the attack vector for putting an ARM 30 or ARM 64-bit system on a network. So here, by the way, for those of you here for the hacking content, here's where the importance of this comes in. If you do have a Kali Linux box on site and some of your responder or Impacket stuff isn't working, and you're like, man, if only I had a Windows system, sure, you can install VirtualBox, get a Windows system going, set up through a vCPU, and then get access to it. But if you're like most of us who have a VPN connection or an SSH connection to the endpoint, like, that's doing a lot. And not that it's not possible, and not that it's hard, it's just hard. But now you run Git on Docker Windows or Windows ARM, because if you're on an ARM device, then you get into it, then you literally SSH ports 8006 back to your system, and then you connect to that, and while you literally mount that in your Firefox or your browser, you have control over a Windows system on that network now. By the way, again, you can have it obtain its own DHCP address. There was notes on how to do that. So, bam, it obtains its own address. And if you do have any cred on most networks, bam, you add it to the network. You have now not a computer added to the network through Impacket. You legitimately have a computer added to the network. And that gives you, especially if you own, like, you create your own image and you do a little bit of modification, make sure that you have the local domain admin, you put it in your name, you do all these things, you throw a little bit of backdoors on it, disable the AV, and then you join domain, you know, domain.local, bam, once you join, you have total local control over a joint system. Then you can log in, run as a user on the network, and have Windows-like actions on the network, because it's not Windows-like, it is, in fact, Windows. That's where my hacker perspective of that comes in. Hopefully that made sense. Like, that would be my personal use case for it. Maybe this was why the Windows 11 wasn't working. It didn't download, and it was looking for it in a certain subdirectory or folder. But hey, we're getting Windows. Excuse me, we're getting Windows 11 now. quick reminder, as it is the due diligence of a Twitch streamer. If you have a Twitch Prime and you want to shoot it over and help a hacker out, go ahead and shoot it over and Twitch Prime to me. I would appreciate. So for those of you that know my wife, she went out and got her hair dyed purple for Hack Space Con. So going to Hack Space Con, you will be able to identify us by the lady with very dark / bright purple hair. Awesome. I had to be on the phone the last half of the day of work with the banks. Like, they aren't charging my a mortgage the right amount, and I've been having this like continuating fee come through and fun stuff. But we got it all checked out. It's the nice thing to know, you know. I know a lot of people aren't into physical banks anymore, but knowing a branch manager and and at this point, since I do some real estate deals, the VP of commercial mortgages, sometimes it's real nice because I can call and like get problems resolved. Even though yes, I'm responsible for the fees, and they aren't just waiving the fees magically for me. I was able to like finally get to the resolution and fix this in a timely manner. So just always a note. Sometimes social engineering and hanging out with people in real life isn't too horrible. Oh, gee. Oh, man. Oh, how's everybody? Looks like it's still downloading. Yep. Sorry. I know. This is fun. Just watching a scroll bar scroll or loading bar load or whatever you want to call this. A shell scrolling as it updates percentages for a download. Doing good. I'm going to call you Nye6HTA55A55, and I don't know what that means. Hold on. Night Assassin. Night Assassin. Oh yeah, Mello. Definitely looking forward to the Hack Space Con. Oh, you're welcome, Night Assassin. Again, if you want any, like, it was you guys, like, I think I said this earlier, it was you guys really, really motivated me to really start streaming again, because it was, just, I've got data, and I want to share it, and it makes sense for, me to share. Project Omega was in here earlier at saying the same thing, so I'm always happy to help, especially the students. Like, there's it's not easy out there, and I'll be the first person to say that. Senior level, many years in the industry, breaking into cyber, the term I hate to catastrophize. Yeah, fuck it. Catastrophize the the units out there, but it is tough. And look, if I was to try to break in with the way that I was when I was 20, now it would, oh my God. And even for those of you again who, you know, I was telling, hey, look, I'm almost 40 now, man. Like, if I were to suddenly change careers, personally, I have a slight advantage because I am charismatic. But those people that are charismatic, those people who are really invested, are going to very much be the ones who are going to find initial success. And when it comes to like mentoring and being successful and stuff, like I really hate the way Mello, I'm pretty Mello, one of my very much personal good friends. I can say that I love Mello without it being awkward. And like, the fact that I have a friend in him and the ability to say, like, nothing, oh man, I'm struggling today, money's tight, this, that. The fact that I've been able to, throughout the years, be able to be honest with friends about those things helps. It's, you got to find a good friend group, a good group of people, things people stigmatize, try to destigmatize it with your friends if you can. I don't know where I was going with that, but I'm just saying, it's always great to have folks who support you no matter what, even if you're like, oh, I'm wildly successful, I'm a streamer, I'm in real estate, I do all this. I'll tell you guys what, right now, real estate's tough. I'm pulling my own personal money out of my own savings to pay for my second unit, which I've been trying to sell for a couple months now. Yeah, but okay. Oh, well, you're fortunate enough to have those things. I am. I really am. But that doesn't mean I can't complain. Iron Beagle. Yes, Iron Beagle's one of my close friends. I didn't know you're still here. But, like, the ability to talk to you guys about my first world problems and not be judged is great. I'm changing at 48 years old. Hey, like, even more belief in you, friend. Like, you need anything, you call. I'm going to tell you now, you're going to want to be motivated. Anytime you get a ball of energy, you get excited. I don't know if what I'm doing here even makes sense to you. VMing into a Docker, to a VM, to a physical laptop, to a physical tablet, and doing stuff in Docker, and getting Windows running. But, exiting Windows Alarm Bootkit, setting up environment. 8005. Yeah, let's refresh. Extracting. Okay. Okay. It's rough out there. And so I'm going to tell you now the things that are going to help you win. Being charismatic. At 48, I hope by now you don't give a fuck, right? I hope you don't compare yourself to your peers. I hope you don't seek influencer status. I hope you don't do those things, because that's the things I see in the younger people. I want to be an influencer. I want to be popular. I want to do this. And then suddenly when their video doesn't get 10 likes, they're devastated. They're crushed. I've literally, when I started streaming, it was to get used to speaking to a room. I had 20 to 10 followers, or 5 viewers to 10 to 70 to hundreds. But it was that short period of time from when I started streaming to when I gave that first talk. I still wasn't ready for that first talk. I was at a DerbyCon, a fantastic conference. Unfortunately, no longer with us. Rest in peace, Derby. But I got up in that room and I was talking about me. I was literally talking about me. A conference talk, 30 minutes about me. Hacking while blind, being visually impaired, disabled. How do I do what I do? The technology that I use, and then kind of some examples. The talk was rushed, and unfortunately, the recording of it, there was an audio blank out there in the middle, which kills me. So I did it again, and then I regave an hour-long version at Circle City Con a couple months later, virtual though, because we had COVID breakout, because I started doing this in 2019. Man, that not giving a fuck thing really worked out for me, because I got up on that stage. You could see the first time I'm holding on. But after I got down and realized that, like, even visually impaired, I could see the room. Like, was like the person who was before me, kind of popular, famous person. They went up, and I'm like, cool, the room's gonna empty. It in fact did not empty. I was whew, that was one of the best highs of my life. I was up there, my heart was like, I was producing adrenaline, serotonin. I was just like, woo, we're ready for this. And I did it, and it felt good. And that's what I've learned is in this industry, when you surround yourself and you put yourself out there for legitimacy, for being a real person, as you saw during the WGU conference, you get a lot of respect and you get a lot of people who want that. And so, all that to say, is this done extracting it? All that to say, as you grow in the career and you get in, um, do what you got to do. Be the person you've got to be. And if we're loading arm image noise, building noise. You know, there you go. That's all I got to say is ask for help when you need it. Be a real person. Be real. John Bernthal has the show Real Ones where he interviews people kind of raw style like Joe Rogan, and that's why I still even like much to Rogan's tenacity for kookiness. I still respect it because the John Bernthal and Rogan, the way they interview, it's real. When you want to get to know a person and they're real, oh, it's so amazing. Really made me rethink things for the better. Fantastic. I'm glad I could have done that. That that makes me happy. Don't judge me for drinking Starbucks. I still have this cold and I'm trying to break up all the stuff, and I cannot make a good chai tea at home. And now it's gone. Whew, spicy enough. I hope that, I always try to tell people, I don't compare myself to anybody. I really don't. As long as I'm better tomorrow than I am today, and to me, I hate that whole like every day is a blessing, but it's true. Every day that I wake up, I'm better because I'm alive still. You know, I like to see progress in myself. This is something new I learned just a few, within the last 16 days. No, it crashed. So PCI Root and PCI Scuzzy, are we out of space? You should refresh that. Right, that's still up, UFEI. Okay, that looks normal, right? UFEI. Maybe it's just S L2 O2 Q. Oh, 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 oh! Hello, nurse. Anyway, I'll wrap that up by saying, yeah, I do wish you the best. You ever need help? I'm here. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Twitch. I'm Discord. TheBlindHacker at deadpixelsec.com. DeadPixelsec.com. I'm always want to help. And I'll never want nothing from you. If you come to the streams, you throw some Twitch and biddies and subscriptions and things like that. Those are great. But frankly, the only thing I ever want from you is if you find someone in a situation where you were in your life and you can affect them with positive change and undo harm to yourself. That's all I ask is you do that. And I'm really excited this is working. next thing is next. I might install these on the PinePhone Pro, which unfortunately the specs on that are not what I would like a $400 device to be. It is a 4-core, 6 gigabyte of RAM, I think. So less than the tablet, but God, like being able to embed these things together. Oh, we are gonna start hacking some shit. Oh, okay. Yeah, dude. If you want to do Boss in the Sock, so Mellow, it's been a very significant period of time since we have spoken. On a technical point, usually we just hang out and eat meat and chill and drink. But the last year has been really interesting. I understudied a handful of years ago. It's like, oh, I'd like to see how you handle Splunk, and I'm like, I'd like to see how you do a pen test on a network. But now, after 2 years of Solid Purple teaming, I guess last time we actually probably talked about it was probably more than 2 years ago, so it's probably about 3 or 4 years ago. But now, after 2 or 3 years of Solid Purple teaming, dude, I could run circles in a Splunk competition, which blows my mind that some of these socks out there are, world class. And I asked them to write a detection, and some of my clients can't. Yeah, I'm not going to trash talk them, but it's tough to get that out of folks. It's like, hey, for those of you, again, that don't know, I work at a company called OnDefend, ondefend.com, and we write a RDV, BAS, ransomware, defense validation, simulated ransomware attack tooling, breach and adversarial simulation, any number of things style tool. I'm the evangelist behind it. I write a lot of the tradecraft and stuff that goes into it. So I go to SOCs a lot, to Purple Team with them, and then I'm like, yeah, like, cool, pull down those queries, like save them, send them to me. We'll do some scoring. I'll show Blind Spot off again one day. I think that it behooves me to do that. And some of these SOCs just like, they're just so automated. Oh, look at thing. Do quick investigation. No, not thing. Move on the next thing. And that's not their fault. They've been unfortunately automated to a place where, or restricted into a set of swim lanes, if you're familiar with the term. You put down the little buoys and you can't swim out of your lane. So if that's your job, is to log in, investigate, close thing, go forward. If not, then you need to push it over. But in the process of pushing it over, if it's not critical, some of the other teams have these reactions, and this is very much the way old school government still works today. I say old school, modern day government still works. To me, that is the oldest, worst way of thinking. Everybody needs to be a pool of people. There's no I in team, there's no lanes in team. There's, even on a football team, special teams, defensive team, offensive team can all be on the field at the same time. Sometimes you do that. Sometimes you don't do that. The fact that some organizations have them so siloed drives me nuts. I want to rip into the network and just tear it apart. We are at 9% of installation. I'm sorry, this is super fun, isn't it? Watching a streamer install this. But yeah, dude, I would love to. I'd love to like get into like a bots, like grab last year's stuff, sit down, get spun up on it, because I don't actually have experience with Splunk, but I have experience with like KQL now, CrowdStrike, Forta EDR, Forta Sim, and things like that. CrowdStrike, Carbon Black, QRadar, which I've had experience for years. Actually, is one of the first sims I touched. But yeah, I'd love to sit down and like do that. There's part of me that would like, hey, I know I'm not a CCDC student, but sometimes I'm like, hey, if I could go over there and just put a sim and just see these things, I'd love to see what my fellow attackers are doing. I think that'd be super cool. Maybe one day I'll snag some of the other influencers and streamers and we can do a all of the red team guys, some like me, Tiberius, some of the other folks, we now play Defender. I don't know if Tiberius has defense capability, but like, you know, we play Defender, and then we get some of the Defender stock level folks, Insider, PhD, Katie, and some of the other like folks who might be a little bit more programmer oriented, and be like, okay, here's a set of attacks. Let's see what we can do, and it'll just be a, you know, the slap fight for history purposes, historical purposes. I can tell the tablet's getting taxed a little bit, definitely. I might see if I can, I don't want to overclock it though, because I don't know what the chipset in there looks like. I did look up that I could take it apart and probably add some like thermal pads and some dispersion stuff, but like, I really like it as is. Maybe I buy the cheaper $199 Risk one or something and, and do it with the cheaper one. Tear it apart, overclock it, put some thermal pads in. Maybe even mill some slots in the back and put a, you know, 10mm fan in, and I don't know, 8mm fan in. Yeah, installing Windows 11 through Docker, through SSH, or through VNC. Good times. Glad you guys are here. Oh. Oh. What'd I do? Draw over other apps? No. I did. Trying to figure out this whole X streaming thing. Tiberius got it down. I don't know if people can't talk over there. I mean, it's got 2 likes. It's got 150 views, which kind of low, but it's fine. Life. Weird. I don't know how to do this X thing, man. I know that I got a decent amount of people from watching over there, but appreciate y'all watching. So yeah, I have several Twitter accounts. Why don't we go see if I can comment on it from one of them? See if yes can say hello. Oh, just a normal comment. We'll try that. Hello. Posting. We actually watch it though. Oh no, I wouldn't have seen it. Like, the people could have been talking? I don't know, man. I think I'm not streaming, just live. Alright, back to the actual stream. .2 on the big for the chip in the Pine Pro on the wiki. Okay. Is that for the tablet or the phone? Not many people. Oh yeah, I was wondering. And I mean, you also have to take in voltage coming in is through a power supply, or else you're draining your battery a lot quicker. Frankly, finding a way to use the same tools they use to get rid of all of the that's a tablet, I believe. Okay, I think just finding a way to create a custom image, like we used to do with Nlight and V-Light back in the XP and Vista days, in 7 days, and then like slim the image down, get rid of like all the adware, get rid of gaming, get rid of like things like that. You know, I think that's gonna, you know, like again, if I go over to here. Oh. Is my other Docker container sleeping? It is. Oh, okay. Well, there we go. Okay. Give it a minute to reboot up. You know, the other thing is I'm wondering if like maybe going out and grabbing a Raspberry Pi 5 with 8 gigabytes of RAM and the PCIe NVMe hat, you know, is that worth playing with this on? You know, again, my perspective. This is a hacker perspective here. PinePhone Pro runs Linux. I put like Debian with Phony or Foosh on here, or I put Ubuntu Touch on here, or again Kali NetHunter. Bam. I do some optimization. Maybe I do actually recompile for the kernel and a couple other things just to really optimize it, just a piece of hardware. Get a bigger battery. I think with the battery as is, it would last like 8 hours kind of on standby. It's not, again, this is just a toy phone. It's not an actual phone. Do something like that, maybe slap in the extended battery, slap, you know, 3D print a custom back or something. My thought process here would be, oh no, I go to client. I'll leave it at client. I go home or go to the parking lot. It's got a SIM card. Boop, 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 boop. I'm in. Boop, boop, boop. Wireless. You know, maybe I take one of the alpha cards and I strip it down, because I know the wireless card in here is okay, but it's not really meant for, you know, multi-use or multi-radio password cracking. You know, I strip it down, build it into the shell. Okay, so now it's a little thicker looking. It's a thick boy. You know, it's fine. It's fine. You know, it's already a little thicker. There's nothing wrong with being a little thick. I'm a little thick. I like being a little thick. It gets a little thicker, and I leave it there. And we go from there. Oh no. Oh. Is this? Oh, is it only allowing me to boot one at a time? No. Okay. So why are we doing that, Docker? We'll have to figure that out. It's fine. It's fine. maybe I need to create a different source and file structure. Because that sucks, because that just exited out at like 90%. Yeah, well. Linux is unhackable. Yes, yes, it certainly is. So then what we do is now we've got, like I said, these Docker, a Windows 10 hacked up Docker install on an ARM-based system, and again, I can access their network. Once I get on the Wi-Fi, I say, you connect to that Wi-Fi this way. You know, the container goes through it. We do some hacking that way. Like, there's a lot of potential with these little things, but like I'm really wondering from like a speed perspective, like I've got to optimize Windows. I think that's number one. We've got to figure out a way to like Windows junk remover or something, or find, I don't know if there's Nlight or Vlight level ISO hackers things for Windows 10. I haven't needed to look. You know, when I was using Nlight, it was because I was, you know, poor and like had systems that like were, you know, 10 years older than that decade. Right now, I've got decent hardware these days, but I don't really have a need to do it. I do use, like I say, GhostPack on Windows 11, but that's like in my VMs. I can boot up a VM and RDP into it as well to show, but you know, it is what it is. All right, friends, I've been doing this for 2 hours and 10 minutes. I think that's good for a return to streaming. I highly recommend go ahead and, if you can, go to a Google or wherever and go, or start page, and go to Hack SpaceCon, buy tickets, get a room. It's in the next 2 weeks. You're gonna have a blast, I promise. And I myself will be there. I'm going to be hosting the Mentor Village, where I'm going to be giving resume reviews on this little tablet that we were hacking and putting Windows, Linux, and all kinds of stuff on. I'll be doing resume reviews on that. You know, if the camera was working on that, that would make a little bit more sense. I could take a picture of the resume, read it. Anyway, just forward thought. Since it is a hacked together tablet, the cameras aren't working yet. But go from there. But I very much appreciate everyone jumping in and hanging out and learning, hopefully a little something there. You know, I learned that I can only apparently run one of these at a time, and now I need to figure out why. But we'll go from there. All my little internet friends, screen friends as it's called, I very much appreciate you guys. I love you. We'll catch up very soon, and on that, I'm going to go ahead and start ending the stream.